Hello, viewers. Welcome to Simply Mom's podcast. I hope you're having a good day. Today, we have a visitor with us, and she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a sister in the NHS, and she's also a CEO of an organization, a very good one. She'll tell you about it. Welcome, Ruth. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Leah, for having me. My name is Ruth Nangwata. I'm married and I'm a mom of 3 girls. And I work as a clinical sister at Warwick Hospital. And on top of that, I do a bit of a community work. As Leah said, I run an organization called Colin Howard African Women Group.
The reason I have Ruth here today is because our topic is about integration in the UK. So different people have moved from different places to come to UK. What country did you come from to come to the UK? Are you comfortable talking about it? Type in the comment section and let us know where you're from or where you're watching from in the UK. So Ruth, which country did you come from to come to the UK?
I came from Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC.
All right.
Central Africa, precisely, and near Rwanda, Uganda, not far from Kenya. So yeah, that's where I came from.
Brilliant. I came from Uganda. It's not very far from Congo. Actually, we share a border. Yeah, we share a border. I think it's about 16, 17 years I've been here.
For me, it's over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're fully integrated by this point.
This is home.
Yeah, so this is your home now.
Yeah.
Although we come from all those countries, the more time you stay here, the more you say, this is my home. So what does integration mean to you?
For me, I'm just going to say this the way I understand it.
Yeah.
So it simply means moving from one place to another and trying your best to make sure that you get used to the ways of living in that place. You get to know what they do and you learn how to do it and you accommodate yourself and you fit yourself into the society.
For me, integration means kind of some of what you've said, moving from one place to another. So that's migrating. And then when you come into that society, to integrate. So because we come from different cultures, you want to integrate your culture with the culture that you've found in that place. The food the people eat, for example, the language they speak. Some people come from countries where they don't speak English and they have to learn a new language. So how did you find the integration?
Mine was not easy at all. Mine was really hard. It was very difficult. And I think what made it hard was the fact that I'm coming from Congo and we speak French.
All right.
So at school, we do learn a little bit of English, but to be honest, it's something minor that you cannot use when you want to do like a full conversation with someone.
Well, you study English in Congo?
Yes,
that exists.
Secondary school, you do have like an hour every week where you are studying English, but it's the same as the children who are at secondary school and they choose to do French.
Yeah.
When they finish secondary school, they still can't even make a conversation in French. So it's the other way around. Yeah, so when I came, English was my big problem.
Wow. So how did you navigate that?
I was brave enough because I came as a married. My husband was here. Actually, my ex-husband was here. The first thing that I did, he had a job and he would go to work in the morning. And what I did, I looked for a nearest college and I went and registered myself to learn how to speak English. At that time, it was called ESOL. I don't know whether it's still the same. English for speakers of other languages.
These days, I think it's more IELTS. I've heard IELTS more than ESOL.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, at that time it was called ESOL, English for speakers of other languages, and it was free of charge.
Okay.
Yeah, so I attended those classes. I used to go, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, and Friday 3 times a week. And I did the whole year doing that. So I had my first baby, and then I went back again. And then they assessed me. They said my English was good enough. I didn't need to do the second year yet. I went in and did an access course because I wanted to go to uni and to do a different course because I've been at uni back home. But when I came here, obviously what I did back home didn't fit into the market because I did theology. With theology here, I don't think you get that much job.
You can get be a pastor in theology courses here.
So I decided to go into nursing because for me, nursing is all about helping people. And the theology that I was doing, it was also about saving people. So
Yeah.
I did find myself fitting into nursing more. So I did my access course after my English, and I got my inscription at Coventry University, where I spent my 3 years and did my nursing, and I got into my nursing job.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So do you feel like doing that course is what helped you with the integration, or was that something else?
For me, doing the ESOL was a major step into my integration journey. Because I believe if you don't know the language that is spoken where you are, it's hard for you to emerge. It's hard for you to do anything, to get a job, to go back to education, to even communicate with people around you. So learning how to speak English was a big opening door for me for so many opportunities.
Okay. It was a challenge.
It was a challenge.
It was a challenge.
I remember one day I went to buy salt. There was a corner shop just in my area, and I went and I asked, "Can I have salt?" And they told me, "No, we don't sell salt here. You need to go around the corner. There is another shop where they sell salt." But I didn't even get what they said. All what I said was, yes, thank you, and I left the shop. So I went home and I rang my ex-husband and I said, "Can you please let me talk to you a minute, because I just want to buy salt, and I just been told something like go next door," and I couldn't understand what they said after that. They are so fast, the speed that they're using to speak, I can't understand. And then he tried to explain to me, probably they told you to go next door, there is another shop, probably that's where they sell salt. So go there and have a look. So I went, effectively there was salt there, so I put salt and went by. So that's how bad those was.
Oh my God. So you don't think, when you know English, like for us who come from like an English speaking country, I think the challenges ours are different.
They will be we are so blessed.
Yeah, they are different because you don't realize that just someone going to buy salt could be an issue. Oh my God. So were you able to make conversation with other people, like apart from your husband, the ex-husband? Were you then able to talk to other people, or?
No, I will avoid people. You see, if I go to church, for example, because this was a community church, it was all mixed with people speaks French, it also speaks English. So, for example, if somebody comes and stands near me and they don't speak French, I will run away because I'm scared they're gonna talk to me and I won't be able to respond to them. So that fear was there because of the language.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Because me and Ruth met when we are in this church that we used to go to. It was a Burundian church.
Yes.
They mostly talked Burundi, but we did not use English. English was an interpreted language.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, so for me, in that place, for me, I learned the Chirundi language instead. Instead of learning,
You didn't have any choice.
instead of learning or teaching people English, I learned a new language, which was also good. Then when I spoke to my dad, was like, "Did you go to England or did you go to Burundi? Which country did you go to?"
Although I think it was not challenging as much as you, because I came from Rwanda, because my dad used to be a teacher in Rwanda, so I knew Kinyarwanda, and Kinyarwanda is not far from Kirundi, so I could easily fit in now. Yeah, but again, it was not helpful because we were not really
Experiencing.
speaking English. Yes. But yeah, the language is so important when it comes to integration.
Interesting. So for myself, one of the challenges was, although I came from an English-speaking country, the education was not transferable. So the culture. So for example, in Uganda, we speak English from primary school all the way to university. But still, when you got here, I expected that my qualifications, I had done bachelor's in education. I expected that with my qualifications, I could just get a job straight, like into teaching. But that was not the case. And I think that is also, even if it's not like English as an issue, it is the accent and how you present yourself. So in Uganda, they will ask you, so you'll ask, what's your name? And I'll answer, my name is Leah Tsime. And that's it. I won't add anything else on top. But here, if they ask you, introduce yourself, what's your name? Then you have to say, I'm Leah, I do this, I do that. You have to add more detail on top. And like some of those things, you don't know them when you come to this country.
No.
So you have to give more detail. You have to be happy to express yourself freely. Yeah, so I'll give you a scenario, Ruth. I am a mother of maybe 2 kids. I've just come to this country. How do I navigate the system? For example, how do I get my kids into school? How do I know the healthcare? Like, if I'm sick, how do I know how to go to the hospital? Like, how do you approach those things?
So it depends. Are you coming at the same time as your husband? Are you married first? I don't know whether
I'm married probably.
Your husband has been here before you.
We all came at the same time. So for example, we came on the COS.
Okay.
Explain to me how I can integrate in the community.
So I'm gonna guess you come in with a job already, and you have people who will facilitate you to get a visa and to come in this country. But for me, that's still not enough, because the first thing that I will advise is to find your community around you. The reason why I'm saying found your community, because these are people that understand you, that you understand. So they will easily connect with you because you are from the same background. Any fear or any worry that you may have, I guess you're gonna be free to open up to them and express yourself. So
Can I help you?
Try and see.
Seb, I'm not breastfeeding you on camera. If I stop, let me feed it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and also comment, your experiences. We want to hear from you as well. It's not just us talking. We also want to get interaction from you. So please comment down below. So Ruth, how do we integrate in the system?
first, I would say have access to the online. If you have a computer, that will make your life much easier, because nowadays everything is gone digital.
True.
Back in the time when we came, you need a phone call, you need to even go and see somebody physically. We now have Zooms. You can still see each other on Zooms without going and attending your appointment physically. So if you had a computer, first thing I will advise is to just go online, type in what you want, and the list will come. For example, if you're in Coventry, you have the 2 children that need a school. You need to register yourself on the City Council website. You will have your account, and you will send an email expressing the need of your children with the school, and they will come back to you, and they will put the children on the list, and they will look for a school for you, and they will get in touch as soon as they get to school.
Yeah. And I think that doesn't take too long.
No. From my experience, I know people have even moved areas, and it seemed to be fast.
Yeah, it's not too long. Yeah.
So the GP is the same. You just step in and say, GP is around me, around my area. It will give you the whole lot. The telephone numbers, you start calling and they will tell you if you are in the area or not. If not, they will give you another number that you can ring. So it's straightforward.
Yeah. So do you help out people for your organization? You help out people in Coventry.
Yeah, if that doesn't work for somebody who doesn't have access to the computer, obviously, look for a local community organization like us. So let's say, for example, if you are in Coventry, you are from any African country, and you are here, you don't have any family, you don't have any friends, and you still doesn't have access to the digital details, just ask for any organization that will signpost you to organization like ourselves. So what we'll do, we will ring around for you and we signpost, and if you really we think you are really in need of that computer, probably because of the children soon will be starting school and they need to be able to do their homeworks, we can also assess your income. If you're on a low income and you are struggling, we can provide the computer as well. That can help you.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Oh, is that only in Coventry or is that everywhere?
I'm talking from my own personal experience. We do have a city council that do give us computers, not all the time when they have them, to support those kind of families and just so they can have access to the digital and we can also teach you how to use it. We do run a program called Community Connect, where we're trying to make sure that everybody around the city knows how to use the digital
like a computer,
laptop, phone. It could be something minor, even on how to log on and download an NHS app so that you can be able to book your own appointment. We can show you that. It could be how to do a shopping online, how to make sure that you don't download those viruses, those kind of small tips. So
stay safe
online. Yeah. So we do all of that.
Okay. And some mister is wanting for some attention. He's like, why are they not talking to me?
Moms and babies.
Why are they not talking to me? Okay, so that's interesting. And if you're also in somewhere else in the UK, there will be the same services, because in the UK the system is all,
I think,
linked together. So it's different, and there is always information. People are always willing to help. Just don't be scared to ask.
No.
Yeah, just be.
If you are a Christian as well, I will encourage you to attend local churches, because these are also community groups that can link you with other support that you might need, especially where you're still new in the country.
Yeah, whichever faith you were, try and attend your church or faith place. Whatever, just make sure that you attend. There'll always be help out there. It's just a matter of asking and being signposted. Someone will signpost you to the right direction. What do you think the authorities, so for example maybe the city council or the government, what would they do, or what do you recommend they should do to make it easier for people who come and move into the UK?
As you said before, you even who came from a country that speaks English, you came here and you still couldn't apply your certificate and get a job that you wanted. So coming from that angle, I think the government need to make things easier for us. So it's not about who the person is, but I think it should be instead what that person knows, what are they capable of. In case of those who knows how to speak English, they should be able to get the job that they need or they fit into or they're able to do, because the language is there. For us, with English being an issue, obviously it's going to delay everything, because you need to make sure that you learn how to speak English. So they need to make that ESOL, those courses, accessible. I think I heard one person telling me that they're now charging for that. So if you came in the country and you can't speak English, you have to pay to learn how to speak English. That becomes even more difficult for people to integrate, because if you just came, you can't speak English, you don't have any job, you don't have any income coming in, how are you going to afford to pay for a course? So I think the system, if that's true, the system need to see how they can accommodate and make it a bit easier for people to come over and learn how to speak the language. And then obviously create jobs in the meantime. When somebody can access an office job, they still can be good at doing some skills with that minimum English and get some money in. Because it's really hard when you come in the country and when you are at that point where you need to go and apply for a job, you're being asked, have you got an experience in the UK? Where you have worked in the UK?
That is one.
How? Where? How do you expect me? I'm still struggling with my language. You are already asking me a 1 year or 2 years experience of working in the UK. It makes things hard for people to integrate. So those are kind of things that the government need to look at. Probably create some jobs that accept people who just came in the country, regardless of not having the experience here. But if they have the skill, they should be allowed to work, no voluntary work, to be paid.
Yeah, I think there, from my experience, there are some, well, for me, I had to do voluntary work as well to be able to get into the system easier, because they need references. They cut. I think the challenge is that if you're coming from another country and you give references from a different country, they don't want to contact those people because they don't know how genuine that is.
Which I think is some kind wrong. So it's not about who I know, because they want their own people here to do a reference. It's about who I know. So we should be given that minimum trust to be allowed to touch or to do things before we can be judged. And I'm not willing to work for free.
True.
They should pay people for doing that.
True, yeah. But there are also other things that we can do before the government does what it has to do. So I think the government is putting measures into place, like, for example, how they make sure people have done the IELTS before they come here. Although the IELTS doesn't really qualify someone for speaking the language. You know, someone can pass the IELTS, but the language, so when you come here, the English is different from the English that we speak in our countries. The accent is quite different. Even I've been here for years and, my accent is accent is still the same. But, I think people understand me. I feel like people understand.
So do you think it's right for you to be denied a job only because of your accent when the content is there?
No.
See what I mean?
So, for example, in my area of work, I've not struggled as much because of my accent or because of my language. No. I express myself the way I am. If you don't understand me, feel free to ask me again. but that has been a challenge for some people. Like they don't want to be asking you, what did you say? For example, when I went to work in Scotland, although it's all in England, in UK, it's a completely different English. The accent is different. Like when I was there, I was like, are we in UK? In a different are we in a different country? Because I could not understand what they were talking about. Yeah, and the accent is like completely different. But after some time, you just get used to it. You get used to it. But also, we also have to put in some initiative to learn, to learn the language, to learn the accent, to learn the behaviors. And the integration is not just language. Also,
there's so much that comes with it.
Yeah, like the food, like, taking out kids for walks. Some of these things.
Going on holiday.
Talk about it. Going on holiday. Did you go on holiday when you're in Africa?
People want to work. We need to learn. So those are good things that we need to learn. So what I like about the integration, because it gives you that space where you can look at your background and your culture, and you look at other people's culture. And what I always do, I take what is good from here and what is good from here.
Yeah.
Then I have a perfect culture,
Exactly.
which is really balanced. Yeah, but we have people who are living here as if they still live in Congo.
Yeah.
They want to eat what we used to eat in Congo Monday to Sunday. Sometimes eat mashed potato, eat sausages, eat beef.
And go out in a new restaurant. Honestly, explore the new restaurant around the corner. And also like the dressing as well, you know. Let's try. Some of us like African press.
At least we are mixed. I don't think most of us, we understand. It really shocked me how people have been here for, like me, I've been here for 22 years. And they still tell you, I'm only here, but I'm going back home. And I'm only asking, what do you mean about I'm going back home? We all go home on holiday. We're all going to come back. No, I mean, when I get older, I'm not staying here. I'm going. The reason why, for me, I'm only here to work and get my money and then go. Yet, you are having kids here. You are working here for 22, 23 years. I really do struggle when somebody's telling me, home still Congo.
That's where we have to be practical. The more you delay your integration, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum in our communities because this thing of always thinking that you're going home. Yeah, well, home. Okay. So we have to understand that actually, some of us, this is going to be our home. We have to like understand. Yes, some people want to go back home. That's well and good. But from my experience, I tried that. I tried going back home. And it was no longer home that I thought it was. So you've been away for 10 years plus. And you go back, you expect things to be the way you left them. But it's not going to be the same. The friends have moved on. Their lives have moved on.
The mentality,
the mentality of seeing things. Yeah, you have a different mentality. You do things differently.
So that's all part of integration. Don't get me wrong. I've told people I have nothing against about going back where I came from. But mostly, I would like to go there and bring something positive that I've learned from where I am. I could invest. I could go and do my voluntary work. I used to go and work in hospitals for free for 7-10 days, and I will come back. So, and I feel like I've done something positive because I've shared my own skills that I've learned from here and I've helped back home. But if you are telling me not to invest here, not to live my life here, and wait until I go home, I'm going to say that's wrong. Never delay what you need to do, thinking I'm going to do it when I get 65 and I go home. I don't think that's a good mentality. It's stopping us to integrate and to contribute to the development of this country.
Yes.
So we should make sure where we are, we make it home. If there's a food that you like that is in Congo, we have African shops here. You buy it, eat here, have fun, enjoy.
Exactly.
In our group, I think you know that we have started teaching kids how to dance Afrikaans.
Yes.
So if there is any culture that we want to pass to our children, it's now that we need to do it and leave a legacy. We're not going to wait until we go on holiday to take them to the dancing clubs.
Not for only just 2 weeks
and when we come back. So we are now creating clubs here to teach our kids how to dance, to teach them our culture, how to dress, how to cook our own African food. And this is home.
Yeah, that's true. And to invest.
We need to invest here as well. Yeah.
People buy houses here. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to wait until you build a mansion at home, which you're only going to live in for the 2 weeks that you go on holiday. And then you come here and then you're struggling. You're giving the kids not a good life just because I know it's called delayed gratitude, but this is something different. It's not even delayed gratitude.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. We need to change our mindset. We need to integrate in the community that we are in to contribute where we are living. Yeah, and also because how would you know if your children are going to go back there as well?
That's a problem.
I've recently seen a trend of kids who have grown up, yeah, whose parents ain't be like our generation, the generation just before us. They came here, they did that thing of sending money to Africa, investing in Africa and all that, and them being denied, the good things that they would have gotten from, their parents working. And these kids they are going in therapy. They're in therapy trying to understand why my mom or my dad love me enough to buy me this, what I wanted to have, even to be there for them, to spend time with them, because they were busy doing 100 shifts. Sending the money back home and sending school fees for boarding school of people who are in Africa, and them here, they're not getting that.
The nurse who just died. So this with one of our colleagues, she had the cancer and she died. Obviously, she have said she want to go and be buried back home. They took her. 6 months. The husband said, "Let me go and celebrate an event at my wife's UF." Went there, got septic because he was already on chemo here. He also died. So the kids have to travel to go and bury dad. That's where's our daddy's passport. The family said, "We don't know." The kids were traumatized. So we can't believe these are own people. Either you are now turning around now, dad came here, and you're telling us you have nothing from our daddy's suitcase. Our mom is buried here, and this is how you are treating us. They came traumatized, and they said never again. They will never go back to Africa. Say. So they were lucky because mom had a mortgage here. Lamen went on their name and they're paying. Anything else that the parent had back home, they lost.
Yeah.
Who would like to have that experience?
Nobody. And that's why we need to learn from the experiences of other people. And we need to live with our children in the moment. Take them on holiday. Instead of sending that money to
If you have
enough help, but make sure that the children that you have with you here in your house, in your home, they benefit from your work. And that is all part of the integration too. It's all part of integration. If the kids, take them to parks, have a day off, take the kids to the park. It doesn't require little fee. It doesn't require you to have plenty of money to take the kids to the park. It's free. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the content we have for you. You didn't talk about how integration helped you to get to the job that you're doing now.
Yeah, it did big time, because even if you see me calling my organization Coventry Empowered African Women Group, because I have been empowered by Coventry. So Coventry for me is not just a city, it's home, because when I moved from London to Coventry, that's where my eyes opened. That's where I saw many opportunities that probably were in London but couldn't see them. And I took that opportunity, and here I go, where I am today. I have a lot that I can thank for Coventry as a city. And this is why I decided to have an organization under that name. And now that I feel empowered enough, I'm ready to empower
others. And yeah. So she made sure that she integrates in the community. She goes to school, she studies, she gets a career, and you can do that too. It's not just for a few people.
No,
everyone. It's not about who you know. You don't need the connections to integrate. You just need to go to the right places that you've been told, find out the information, and you'll reap the benefits of it. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye. Okay, what part did I say? You did.
You can't finish. You keep bringing questions.
Another question.